John Tafa is an American hero. After all, he's trying to save bars. The typical US bar goes through ups and downs depending on what's hip, and it's his job via the reality show Bar Rescue to take a failing bar and mold it into something that will work. Sometimes that's a drastic change, sometimes it's a change of attitude, but it's always good TV. So who is this guy, and how does the show come together? Well, today, as you can see from the title, we'll be talking about the disturbing truth about Bar Rescue. So make sure you do stick around to the end of the video, subscribe and stay posted. But without further ado, let's dive straight into the disturbing truth about Bar Rescue. First of all, we have how they picked the bars to be on Bar Rescue. Landing a spot on a reality show where someone is willing to spend their money to save your failing business seems like a pretty sweet deal. The actual task of getting on the show is pretty straightforward. You simply fill out an application, just like if you are trying for a coveted busboy spot at your local watering hole. Of course, that's just one way. Bar Rescue has another method by narrowing down geographic areas. The show producers will sometimes do an open call in certain cities or geographical areas looking for distressed bars. Other times, they'll do all the legwork and call bars themselves to see if they're interested in appearing on the show. Next up, we have Bar Rescue's John Tafa ran the Troubadour. The famed Troubadour in West Hollywood is an American institution. The list of artists who played at the bar coffee house is a who's who of all the best musical acts. It's where Bob Dylan first plugged in, Elton John made his US debut, and where John Lennon and Harry Nilsson, drunk on Brandy Alexander's, heckled the Smothers Brothers. John Tafa ran the Troubadour during a transition period when the music changed from folk to punk. He was there when Harry Nilsson, again drunk on Brandy Alexander's, got into it with punk fans. He also was on hand for the Troubadour's 25th anniversary when a lot of big names came back as a fundraiser of sorts to help fix the broken plumbing responsible for standing water in the kitchen. Tafa's resume is quite extensive, managing bars and coffee shops on both coasts before opening his own bar in 1989, so he can walk the walk to an extent. Next up, we have Everyone Hates John Tafa of Bar Rescue. But for someone with an impressive CV like John Tafa, there are a lot of people ticked at him. And it's not just your average Joe who doesn't like a brash New Yorker who yells a lot. No, many accomplished bartenders hate John Tafa. Why, you say? Well, he often says stuff that is flat out wrong, like this. Tequila is inherently made from mezcal, which mescaline, the hallucinogenic drug, is made from, so tequila can have a hallucinogenic component. You might be talking to someone who's not there. In the real world, tequila and mescaline come from plants with similar names, but those plants are in very different families. It might be an easy mistake to make from a lay person, but someone like John Tafa should know better. Next up, we have Bar Rescue has been accused of fakery. If you don't already know this show is fake, then I have a bridge to sell you. But hey, you don't have to watch one whole episode of the show to find out it's fake. People have already been on the show. We'll save you some time and just tell you. Like Nina Wyatt and Schaffer's Bar and Grill, who said the crew fed them lines. She isn't the only one throwing around accusations. Owner Ryan Burke said, "During my first interview, I was asked how much money we are losing each month. My exact words to the producer were, 'What would you like me to say?' Producer's response, 'For our story, you are losing $10,000 a month and losing your house and closing down next month.' All of which isn't true. Yikes." Now lastly, Bar Rescue's John Tafa has ties to the NFL Sunday Ticket. Bar Rescue's John Tafa ran a very successful sports bar that you can say is the first time where his expertise came into play. Executives with Comsat approached Tafa with an idea. They would out of market NFL games play well in sports bars. Tafa dove into the project and wrote up a market analysis on how much bars could afford to pay to carry non-local NFL games and what the impact would be on their business. Now guys, if you did enjoy the video, make sure you do subscribe to the channel and turn on post notification bells on. But without further ado, make sure you do stay safe, and I'm out.